Okay, having worked on this piece of the Yad Ramah, I'm now going to take you through the just making sense of what he says, and then we'll kind of build on it from there. Okay, so first thing, yesh lefarish, very similar to ikla meimar. One could explain. In this case, this explanation is a further development of the idea in the previous paragraph. Yesh lefarish machtarto zohi hatrato. Now that's in quotes because that is a phrase from the Bright itself. We can explain this phrase as meaning she, right? As meaning that. Me'idah. Now this me'idah alav. Hopefully you figured out that me'idah is testifies like edim, right? That testifies about him. Now, what testifies about him? This is a little tough. She derech machtar nichnas. The fact that he entered through a tunnel testifies about him or reveals something about him. Umiglia milta, and it is shown, or and it demonstrates de, and that this whole phrase, this whole line is just kind of now going back through what he said earlier. When he comes in through a tunnel, the fact that he's coming that way testifies about him. Umiglia milta, and it is revealed, is shown, de ganav amashu, that he's a real ganav amash. Ve adata dinefashot kaati, and he's coming again with violent intentions, right? With the intent, adata, with the intent to kill if necessary. Velo by hatra, and thus does not need hatra. Right? Now it's not clear yet what he has added. That will become clear in the second half. Note that the yesh lefaresh, he's going to give first an explanation of this phrase, and then aval is going to be the contrasting case. Okay, so first you have, like, we can explain that his telling us his warning means that she means that the fact that he came in by Machteret testifies about him and reveals that he's a real thief, like an amash, comes to kill, needs a warning. But heicha de, third time we've seen this, in a case where, and here's the new case that he's going to consider. Heicha de leka machteret. That word leka. Ika yesh, leka lo yesh, or ein. In a case where there is no machteret, vika, again, don't translate that, chazinan le. Chazi, we saw before. See, the nan, anan, we. Kachazinan, and again, the since we are since we are setting a general rule, he continues talking in the first person plural, even though presumably the homeowner is going to be an individual taking this action. But kachazinan le, we see him. Bego beta, that beta is just bite. Bego, hopefully you were able to look that up and find that means betoch. We see him in the house, meaning there's no tunnel. We see him first in the house. We did not see him enter. In that case, by hatra, he does need hatra. De, right, the she, mipnei she. The ha, and this ha is not a challenging ha, it's just a hare. For you see, the ha lo yadinan, we do not know. E, one thing, the e, another. Okay, those two e's here and here as two possibilities. We don't know whether, if derech gneva ka'ayil, whether he uh, entered ayil as in a thief way, derech sulam kayotzebo, one of those ways that he listed earlier as being a clear indicator that he's a ganav mamash. Right? Doesn't just have to be a machteret. It's any method that demonstrates his level of effort and expertise. But we don't know whether he entered derech gneva, etc. The e or whether he entered derech hapetach ka'ayil, whether he entered derech hapetach, v'lav ganav mamashu, in which case he's not a ganav mamash. The amtulachi, that is a phrase that hopefully found in Frank, means, and because of this, ba'ai hatra. So what's the new case? Right here, right? The new case, and it's a case that a couple of people raised in the course of our previous discussions. Right? If we're going to divide thieves into those who came in derech hapetach and those who came in by a way that indicates experience and investment and effort, what about a case where we don't know how the thief entered? So he raises that case and he groups that case with the in the cases that do require hatra, rather than saying, well, since I don't know, he might well be a ganav mamash, and therefore I should assume the worst. He says, I can't assume that. Now, why is that significant? It's significant, I think, because if we were to say that he is that we have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he came in derech hapetach. Therefore, derech hapetach is a clear indicator that he or that he's likely to be non-threatening, but other ways of entry, it's more uncertain. We would say that if I don't know how he came in, then I assume the worst. But the other perspective is, well, if machteret, the act of machteret, is a clear indicator that he is a ganav mamash, and that indicator that he is a ganav mamash is what allows me to make those assumptions that Rava listed, and therefore to act. And absent those indicators, absent clear evidence of what type of ganav he is, I cannot make any assumptions. Note that the duality, right? Okay, clear indicator on one side, clear indicator on another. Okay, but what about the middle case of safek, where I don't know how he entered? Which way does that go? Is precisely parallel to the gap between the two versions of the Zarcha HaShemesh Breita in terms of what I should be assuming about the intentions of a thief when I don't know his mindset.